Well, hey folks, Real Honesty with John Richlands, my review of New Japan Pro Wrestling's G1 Climax 28 Night 9 event. Fun show, maybe not great. Had some moments I didn't really care for. And but overall certainly was not a bad show, and I'll get into it in just a bit. Kevin Kelly, Rocky Romero providing great commentary, though the commentary was knocked out and part of match 8 and into match 9. Thankfully got back on thanks to the great and hard work of the great New Japan crew. And speaking of great people, I want to thank every single one of you guys for supporting my channel, watching my reviews, whether it's just New Japan reviews or all the videos I do. Really do appreciate it, whether it's solo videos I do, videos of myself and the Durbinator, aka my best friend Chris. Just really want to thank you guys. Once again, I try to do that in as many videos as possible. Now let's get cracking on with this. Hanare and Shota Umino versus Goto and Yo. This kind of gave me a little bit of a tease of like Hanare and Goto. Hanare seems to want the never open weight title, or at least a shot at it. I'm for it. Why not? Goto needs challengers. I'm not saying Hanare will win it. I'm not saying Hanare should win it. But it would be good experience for him, and Goto can get a good match out of a lot of people. And Hanare is improving. Shota's improving. Shota's packed on quite a bit of muscle. Yo's doing well. But yeah, it seems like Hanare wants a shot at the never open weight title. So let's make it happen at some point. Maybe in September, maybe a little bit later, we'll see. Lion Tamer by Yo, even though some might call it the Boston Crab, no, the way he did it was like the Chris Jericho Lion Tamer from WCW. He taps out Shota Umino, certainly a decent opening tag match. And then Tama Tonga and Tonga Loa versus Sabre Jr. and Taka. This one was okay. You had Taka do his typical introduction for Sabre Jr. and then Tonga Loa mocking him by introducing Tama Tonga. It was just hype for Tama Tonga versus Sabre Jr. It was decent. Tonga Loa, of course, pinned Taka Michinoku. There was the usual shenanigans, this kind of stuff. Taka and Tonga trying to try saying that 3 times fast. I can barely say it once. Trying to out-heel each other, and of course the Tongans get the victory. Duh, big shock. I'm certainly going to be interested to see Sabre Jr. versus Tama Tonga. And then Finley and Juice Robinson versus Yano and Gato. It was apparently supposed to be Jado, or Jado, but he was not there. So Gato stepped in. At least that's what the card said when I checked the website. But anyways, just hype for Yano versus Juice, which I hope that Juice gets at least a few victories in this tournament. I mean, I get that there's a whole point of him with the hand and the handicap and that kind of stuff, pun very much intended. But Juice really should get a few victories here. And I just want to touch on something really, really quickly. Apparently, WWE does, want Juice Robinson back. He shouldn't go back. He should do what he wants to do with his career. But he's flourishing here in New Japan. They would just not use him that well. That's just my brief thoughts on it. But Yano focused on the hand. Of course, Gato did also. Stunner by Finley to Gato. Of course, shocking. Gato took the pin here. I really think that Juice is primed for a big rest of the year in 2018. I think he'll hold the title till at least Wrestle Kingdom. I want to see him hold it past then. But I want to see him compete. If he loses the U.S. title, I want to see him even compete for the never openweight title. I want to see him compete for the Intercontinental title. Maybe he could be the one to take it from Jericho. I mean, who knows? I mean, no one knows where Jericho is. No one knows when Jericho's going to defend the title again. But there's a lot of opportunities for Juice in New Japan, and I certainly hope he sticks around. Really has shined in the couple years that he's been there. Finn Juice gets a victory, and there we go. And then Ishii and the show Ishii, I believe, is shout out to New Patriot 77 said, versus Kota and Yujiro Takahashi, the Golden Star Pimps. It was hype for Ishii versus Kota, which is certainly going to be very, very interesting, as you have Kota that is certainly insane, and Ishii that is a fucking tank. Yujiro and Kota work super well together. I mean, super well together. Like, really, they do. I mean, this would be a fun little team to see. I mean, maybe they could compete for the tag titles a little bit later on. Who knows? Who knows? We'll see. Pimp Juice pins Show. There was no doubt the Show was going to be the one to take the pin here. Repugni 3K members, however, are doing pretty well. Yo will no doubt shine. in the juniors. I think Sho is packing on enough muscle where he can compete with the heavyweights. Maybe not right now, but it would certainly be nice to see him taste gold by 2020. I think he really is going to be a big shining star for them. And then Kenny Omega and Chase Owens versus Sonata and Naito. Duh. I mean, come on. Sonata and Naito got the victory here because Owens is in a match. Owens, unless Gato's on the other side, is always going to take the pin. It was hyped for Sonata versus Omega, which is going to be very, very good. If they give that at least 15 to 20 minutes, it's going to be very good. It's good tag work, of course. Destino on Owens for the victory. Duh. Owens got pinned, of course, as I just said. Certainly not bad. And I guess, and if I'm right, I think, God, let's see, because let's see, Tama Tonga Sabre Jr. And then we got, I think, Naito. I don't remember who they said Naito was going to face, so apologies for forgetting that, because commentary kind of slammed a whole bunch of stuff in there, and my brain was like sort of mush during half of this. For those of you who don't know, just a little brief thing, I've had a lot of post-concussion issues from just, let's just say this, I have a lot of post-concussion issues. Sometimes my brain gets a little rattled, and that's why sometimes I act a little weirder on videos. But anyway, so I didn't quite catch who Naito was going to face, but I'm interested to see what's going to happen with the rest of this tournament. We're getting to where now at first, in the first day, okay, you don't win, you could come back. Now we're getting to the point where by the time we get into the beginning of August, if you aren't at least in the top 4, you're pretty much fucked. So we'll see what happens. And then Suzuki versus Michael Elgin to start off the A-block action. Suzuki beat Michael Elgin. Yes, good. This is exactly what needed to happen. Suzuki cut a bunch of, I think after one match that he did. I think it was actually after the match last night. And check out that review, by the way. I'll put that at the end of the video. Once it's uploaded, obviously. But it's Suzuki basically saying he was gonna make Elgin have less of a neck. Yes, please make it happen. And Elgin did well. He did some good power moves and stuff like that, and he finally learned to sell the damn arm. I mean, that's one thing he kind of did, even though like he got the bicep injured in that match against Evil, or at least injured, and just played it up. He didn't play it up nearly as much, or maybe I'm just not remembering that match nearly as well. At least he played up the whole thing of it getting hurt and injured this time. But yeah, Suzuki just focusing on Elgin's arm. So outside action, of course, there were a lot of hard hits in this, and you'll forgive me if I look down at my notes to remember what the hell I wrote. And yeah, there were some power moves and stuff like that. I was a little worried that Elgin was going to get the victory, which was going to make me kind of downgrade this a little bit, no matter how good the match was. Fortunately, Suzuki, and I know that seems like favoritism, and sorry, I'm, a mark for wrestling. I enjoy the people I enjoy, and am against very few people, but Elgin's one of them. I just don't care for the guy. However, Gotch Piledriver, Suzuki gets the victory, and he moves to, I believe he's at 6 points now, and Elgin's still at 4. Because Suzuki drops his first 2 matches and won his last 2, and then this one, so he has 6. Elgin won his first 2, and then dropped his last 2, and then this one. So Elgin, I don't think he's going to end up with more than like 8 points, which is fine. Him nowhere near the finals is more than fine with me. So yeah, Suzuki gets victory. Good match, not great, but good. Good, especially since Suzuki won. And then Evil versus Hangman Page. This one was interesting. Page did very well. I think Page has had great showings in a lot of these matches. This one was almost where it's like, okay, he had some good showings, hit a good buckshot lariat. I think he had a better showing against Tanahashi and Okada than he did here. And that's nothing against Page. It's just the way the match was paced. Evil, I will say, however, that Page is improving a ton. Evil did ground Page at times. Page took to the air a few times. Really good on the mat and in the air, and that's going to serve Page well. I believe he just turned 27. I think this actually might have been his birthday. He's going to shine for over a decade. And if they lock him up, he's going to be somebody. Could he compete for the IWGP Heavyweight title at some point? Sure, maybe. It's going to be a few years away, but he will compete for championship gold and even taste it. he could compete for the Intercontinental title. There's a lot of challengers they could line up. Seemed like Evil hurt his knee. Hope he's okay. But of course, everything is Evil for the victory. Evil has 8 points now. This is getting pretty good, especially in the A block. It's getting pretty good. Evil winning it would certainly be interesting. I don't think he will, but it'll be interesting. And Hangman Page still at 2. And then we get to Jay White versus Bad Luck Fale, which Jay White losing didn't bother me, because Jay White getting the victories early on like he did, and then falling to Suzuki, and then falling to Fale, the bad luck fall of the Fale. Bad luck fall is actually what it is, but Jay White losing because he got out heel doesn't bother me. What bothers me, the match just wasn't that good. And you're not going to get a fast-paced match with Bad Luck Fale, but it just wasn't very good. Went outside quickly. There was, of course, barricade usage. And this is I think at one point where the commentary got knocked out. And then there was just a ton of interference. I mean, it wasn't terrible. I think Fale might have hurt his knee. I hope he is okay, because he really did seem to be limping quite a bit. Jay White, at one point, cracked a chair over Tongaloa's head. I hope he's alright, because that was a vicious shot. But then stun gun, Bad Luck falls, 1, 2, 3. Fale, I believe, has 4 points now, because he beat Okada, and now he's beat Jay White, which are two pretty big victories. Jay White's not going to win A block, but boy, he's doing well. I mean, he started off really, really hot. He'll probably get 1 or 2 more victories. But this just wasn't very good. It just wasn't. I get what they're trying to do with the Tongans, with the firing squad. I get it. They don't really care so much about getting the victories. I don't know. There's only so many ways you can do interference before it starts getting stale. That's just my opinion. And this next one's going to be pretty quick. Tanahashi versus Makabe. Now, this was good. It was good. I think it was about 10 minutes. 10, maybe 11 minutes. And I get it, because Tanahashi's had over an hour of action already, in the combined times for his matches. Makabe did well, but it seemed rushed. It almost seemed like they could have been given 20 minutes, and they were given about 10. Or maybe, they had to go home. Maybe somebody was injured. Maybe they just wanted to limit it because of what both guys have already done in the tournament so far. But Makabe did well. He missed King Kong drop. Sling Blade, high fly flow to a standing Makabe. High fly flow to a fallen Makabe. 1, 2, 3. Tanahashi gets a victory. He has 8 points. Makabe has 4. I don't think Makabe is going to get more than 8. He might not get more than 6. I mean, who knows? It wasn't bad. It wasn't great. It was good for what it was, but it was very short. And maybe that is just because they're trying to preserve Tanahashi for, a couple of, later matches, which would make sense. And then Okada versus Yoshi-Hashi. This was pretty damn good. Okada acting a lot more heelish. Yoshi-Hashi nearly got Okada with the butterfly lock. Had it on for a long time. There was some good chair usage, barricade usage early on in the match. Really entertaining stuff. Okada again acting more heelish. Yoshi-Hashi fighting from underneath, ripping that athletic tape off, and just forget it. There's no point in me using it, to protect his shoulder. And he nearly got the victory. He nearly got karma. A few rainmakers, few variations. Okada varied up his offense and everything. There was good stuff to it. And then Okada got the victory. Now, that didn't make it flat to me, but I almost feel like Yoshi-Hashi winning here wouldn't have been the worst thing in the world. Now, Okada getting 6 points isn't bad. And sure, okay, Yoshi-Hashi's maybe not necessarily a star. He's maybe mid-card at best. I just feel that they could have maybe shocked the world here. But they're trying to tell a story with Okada getting some redemption despite going completely insane since losing the IWGP title. But, so again, I'm not against Okada winning. I'm just a bit surprised. I'm a bit surprised they didn't just let Yoshi-Hashi have this. Just one, because he wasn't going to win the thing. But maybe they're going to tell a story with Okada versus, maybe it's going to be Okada versus Evil in the finals to determine who wins the A block. Who knows? Anyway, so I'll say B. I'll say B. B, I'm waffling between a B and a B minus. Because of the main event and because of a couple of the other matches that they had, I will actually give this a B. But this is probably the weakest B that I've given a show. But that doesn't mean that you shouldn't go out and at least watch the block matches. Maybe except for Jay White versus Bad Luck Fale. That's my personal opinion. Maybe some people enjoy that. What did you guys think? Do you agree? Do you disagree with what I said? Who do you think's going to win the A block? Let's focus on that. Who do you think's going to win the A block? Let me know in the comments. Like, share, subscribe also. It's been Real Honesty with John Ritlin, and I will be back for Night 10. See you soon.